could have believed her own twin sister would become so wicked to the extent of pouring acid on her sister?
Young men from far and near, from Kyum, Obil, even from the distant village of Alaoma, began visiting Umuajulu more often, pretending they came to buy palm oil from Mama Ijim. But everyone knew the truth. Edora had become the pride of Umuajulu. They admired her calm steps, her gentle smile, the way she greeted them with respect, and the quiet strength in her voice. Whenever she went to the stream carrying her clay pot, young men accidentally followed just to watch her fetch water. Some brought firewood to Mama Ijim's compound, some helped with her mother's farm, some even dropped gifts, beads, wrappers, ripe plantains, hoping Edora would notice them, and she always thanked them politely. But none of that attention ever reached Adiku. Not a single man had ever approached her. Not once did she hear, "Adiku, I like you. Adiku, will you walk with me? Adiku, you look beautiful today." Nothing, not a single man had ever asked her hand in marriage, not one had given her a gift, not one had even called her fine girl in a joke. But the painful part, the part that burned her heart like hot pepper, was that the very men who avoided her ran after Edora like bees chasing honey. When a handsome young man named Obina, tall, well-built, with a fine smile and strong arms, came to greet Edora, Adiku almost choked where she stood. Obina bowed respectfully. "Edora, you look beautiful today." Edora smiled gently. "Thank you, Obina." But Adiku, who had been pounding yam angrily at the corner, dropped the pestle and marched up to him. "What about me?" she demanded loudly. "Can't you greet me too? Am I not beautiful?" "Nonsense. See me here. My yanch bigger past her own. Even my chest, what do you people see in her that I don't have?" Obina stepped back as if a goat had suddenly charged at him. "I then never see me. Am I a ghost?" Edora picked up the pestle quietly. "Let me help you finish pounding," she said, but instead of thanking her, Adiku pushed her hand away. "Don't touch it. Everything you touch, people will praise it. Is it only you the village must see? What makes you think you are better than me? Is it not the same womb that bore us? Why must you get everything? The love, the beauty, the men. Even Mama prefers you." She began imitating Edora in every possible way. When Edora wore a yellow wrapper, Adiku bought the exact same wrapper from the market. When Edora tied her hair with a red scarf, Adiku tied hers even tighter. When Edora painted her lips lightly with palm oil shine, Adiku used heavy red dye until her lips looked frightening. She used charcoal to draw her eyebrows. She used too much powder trying to lighten her skin. Sometimes she even borrowed Edora's beads without permission, but still, no matter what she wore, no matter how much makeup she applied, but no matter how much she tried, she still looked the same. Her boils remained. Her skin stayed pale. She began to desire Edora's life. Her beauty, her love, her attention. She wanted everything Edora had, and she wanted Edora to have nothing. She loved Obina with all her heart. Every night she prayed that Obina would look at her just once, the way he looked at her sister. Sometimes she even stood in front of her mother's small mirror, touching her cheeks and whispering, "Is it that I am not beautiful enough?" Obina was a rich farmer with large pieces of land, the kind every maiden in Umuajolu secretly wished to marry. He was tall, broad-shouldered, with the kind of gentle smile that made people trust him immediately. And he was caring, so caring that Adiku wished she could pour his name inside a calabash and drink it, all the qualities Adiku loved in a man. Yet all he saw was Edora. She dreamed of being his wife. She prayed, fasted, and even tied red strings on her ankles because the herbalist said it would draw a man's eyes. So Adiku began to change. She would dress in the shortest things she owned, clothes that exposed her body so much that even the old women in the village would hiss and look away. She painted her face with thick makeup, hoping the red lips would draw his attention. She swayed her hips whenever she knew he was passing. She fetched water when he fetched water. She walked near his farmland pretending to pluck bitter leaves, but Obina never noticed her. Not even once. Whenever he smiled, it was Edora. Whenever he greeted, it was Edora. Whenever he helped someone carry a load, it was Edora. Obina stood by the footpath leading to his farmland, tying a rope around a bundle of firewood. To Adiku, he looked like the perfect man sent from heaven. She swallowed hard, wiped the sweat from her forehead. Obina. She called softly. He turned with that gentle smile. Adiku. Good evening. She had rehearsed this moment so many times, in front of her mirror, in her dreams. Obina. I want to tell you something. Yes. Is everything alright? Adiku's throat tightened, her palms grew wet, she forced herself to breathe. Obina. I love you. Obina stared at her, confused. Then surprised. Then uncomfortable. Adiku. He began carefully. You are a good woman. Her heart dropped. That line was always the beginning of rejection. I mean it, Obina. I love you with all my heart. I can cook, I can clean, I can take care of you. I will respect you. Just give me a chance. Tears pricked her eyes. She reached for his arm, but Obina gently pulled away. I'm sorry, he said softly. My heart. It belongs to Edora. Everything froze. Adiku felt the world tilt under her feet. Edora. She whispered, as if the name was poison. Obina nodded. She is kind. She is gentle. She is beautiful. Adiku snapped, her voice rising like thunder, her face tightened in pain, her hands began to shake. Is that it? You want her because she's beautiful? Because she's perfect? No, Adiku. It's not about beauty. It's, don't lie to me. She screamed, you men never see me. Never. I am always the shadow. I am always the one nobody wants. I didn't mean to hurt you. You are worth love, Adiku. But I cannot give you the one you want. Adiku. You are too troublesome, he said. I cannot be with someone who fights everyone, someone who carries anger like a second skin. He took a small step back as if giving her space. I pray that one day, someone will love you exactly the way you are. But that person is not me. Edora, or whatever that girl thinks she is, can never have you, Adiku hissed. If you can't love me, then no one else will. Not in this village. Not in this lifetime. Her eyes darkened, tears mixing with jealousy. You hear me, Obina? I would rather destroy everything than watch you choose her over me. Edora can never have Obina. I must do something fast about that girl. She will get married while I will still be in my father's house. Never. 2 days later, Adiku traveled far. She found herself on a secluded path leading to the notorious shrine in Ebola village. The native doctor, known simply as Dibia Yugo, sat cross-legged amidst a clutter of ritual items, carved wooden figures, cowrie shells, and clay pots. What brings you to my compound, child of the soil? Dibia Yugo asks, Adiku dropped to her knees. The memory of Obina's rejection a fresh wound. Great one, I am here because my life is ruined. My joy has been stolen by another. My own twin sister, Edora, she has stolen everything good from my life. Favor her, the villagers praise her, and now she has taken the one man I love, Obina, great one. I wish that my twin sister's face should be made ugly and burnt, that no man or woman can look at it without turning away. She stole every blessing meant for me. I wish that her joy should be taken away, and I wish that Obina will completely fall in love with me, a love so strong he will never look at another woman. Dibia Yugo watched her, expressionless. He picked up a handful of dried leaves, studying them. You come asking for NSI Nihu, poison on the face, and the binding of a man's spirit. These are dark roads, Adiko. What you seek will change your life forever. Are you ready to pay the price? I am ready. The pain of watching them together is worse than any price. The Dibia nodded slowly. He rose, moving to a dusty shelf, and returned with 2 items wrapped in dark cloth. He unwrapped the first item, revealing a small, clear glass bottle containing a sickly green liquid. This is the green potion. A single drop is more than enough. You will take this to your sister. Just a little portion of it, poured directly onto her face, and it will completely destroy the beauty you envy. Her face will be ruined, burnt beyond recognition. Then, Dibia Yugo unwrapped the second item, a tiny, tied-up pouch containing a fine, brown powder. This is the brown powder, the Ogum Poly. You must put this powder into Obina's food, mix well into his soup or fufu, so that he eats every grain. The moment it enters his belly, his heart will forget Edora. His mind will be charmed, and he will see only you. He will fall deeply, completely, and permanently in love with you. From the day the charms begin to work, you must perform a ritual of hatred every 7 days, without missing even once. Each 7th night, before the cock crows, you must go alone to the river of Imagulum. You must carry a small bowl. You will mix red clay, charcoal ash, and your own blood, just a drop from your finger. Then you will wash your face with it while calling your sister's name 9 times. You must speak words of rejection against her, and you must do this for as long as Obina lives. If you miss 1 week, even one, everything will reverse. Your sister's beauty will be restored instantly, clean, glowing, admired more than before. Obina will return to his senses, he continued, and you, Adiku. The punishment will be final. The hatred you fed every week will turn on you. You will run mad. You will roam the village speaking to spirits no one else can see. I accept it all, she said. I choose her destruction over my own peace. The old man nodded slowly. So be it, he said. Adiku slipped back into her family compound. She went straight to the small, shared room. Edora was sleeping on her mat, her face a picture of beauty. Adiku stood over her, the glass bottle of sickly green liquid clutched so tightly her knuckles were white. A terrifying, wicked smile stretched across Adiku's lips. I will show that girl Edora that I am Adiku and no one takes anything from me. Adiku uncorked the glass bottle. The pungent, chemical odor of the green potion, the NSI Nihu, immediately assaulted her nostrils. Raising the bottle, she brought it down, pouring the corrosive liquid mercilessly, directly onto Edora's sleeping face. A blood-curdling, inhuman shriek tore from Edora's throat. She bolted upright, hands flying to her face, which was instantly smoking and sizzling. Adiku. Why? Edora cried out, her hands clawing at her ruined face. Her heart was broken. Her twin sister, as she cried in pain, in that instant, Edora saw not a twin, not a sister, but an expression of utter, cold-blooded hatred. The liquid was still in the bottle, and she continued to empty it, pouring every last, venomous drop onto her sister's hair and neck, ensuring the destruction was complete, irreversible. By the time Adiku threw the empty bottle aside, Edora's face was already destroyed. Her perfect eyes were swollen shut. The skin, once praised for its smoothness, was now charred and melting, ruined beyond any human recognition. She was no longer beautiful. She was a nightmare. She was no longer beautiful. Her once radiant face was now burnt. She cried bitterly, her sobs shaking her weak body. She couldn't even look at herself in the mirror. But the worst pain of all was the betrayal. Her own twin sister, Adiku, threw her head back and laughed. "Now who is ugly, you witch?" she sneered. "Finally, my love, Obina, will be mine, and don't fool yourself into thinking he will ever love you again. Look at you. You're ugly now. You look like a burnt chicken." She laughed harder as Edora collapsed into tears. "Why? Why?" Edora cried, her voice breaking. "What did I ever do to you? I loved you. Even when Mama was partial, I defended you. I begged her to love you. But you were always angry. Always troublesome." "Shut up!" Adiku screamed. "You stole everything from me. My chances, my happiness, my life. Nobody ever looked at me because you were born. I hate you. I have always hated you. Please don't, we are twins. We shared one womb. How could you do this to me?" She was no longer beautiful. Her once radiant face was now burnt. She cried bitterly, her sobs shaking her weak body. She couldn't even look at herself in the mirror. But the worst pain of all was the betrayal. Her own twin sister, Adiku, threw her head back and laughed. "Now who is ugly, you witch?" she sneered. "Finally, my love, Obina, will be mine, and don't fool yourself into thinking he will ever love you again. Look at you. You're ugly now. You look like a burnt chicken." She laughed harder as Edora collapsed into tears. "Why? Why?" Edora cried, her voice breaking. "What did I ever do to you? I loved you. Even when Mama was partial, I defended you. I begged her to love you. But you were always angry. Always troublesome." "Shut up!" Adiku screamed. "You stole everything from me. My chances, my happiness, my life. Nobody ever looked at me because you were born. I hate you. I have always hated you. Please don't, we are twins. We shared one womb. How could you do this to me?" Adiku kicked her hand away without pity. "Twins," she scoffed. "Do not insult me with that word. From the day we were born, you took everything meant for me. I never asked for any of it," she cried. "If I could give it all to you, I would. Beauty, love, everything. I just wanted us to be sisters." "Liar. You enjoyed watching me suffer." She straightened and folded her arms. "But see how life has changed. No man will look at you now. The mirror itself will reject you." Adiku froze. "Adiku." It was Obina. "Obina, please, help me." Before she could finish, Adiku rushed forward and slapped her hard across the face. "Shut your mouth," she hissed. She grabbed a cloth and pressed it roughly against Edora's burnt skin. "You will not ruin this for me." She turned toward the door, quickly forcing tears into her eyes and smearing ash on her arms. Yes, Obina, I'm here. Something happens to Edora. Obina looked past her and saw Edora lying on the floor, broken and disfigured.